listening to the Local Earshot Podcast with your host, Jonathan Grissom. Let's talk about music.
Hello, everybody. This is Jonathan Grissom of More Bands Media and the Local Earshot Podcast. I'm here with Chris and Dan of Abandoned Alien. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Good. So I kind of went we didn't get to have Kim with us, so I guess that you guys can kind of explain who Kim is and like how she is in the band and what she does.
She's our bass player. She's a little ricochet rabbit, kind of bouncing from here, there, everywhere. So she's become like this mythical creature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just pops up and does shows and then disappears again.
Pretty much.
I guess that she had to run off to go set up a band at a venue today, so that's kind of why she's not in part of the interview. So I guess just go into the band, kind of your two's background inside music, and then kind of how the band came about. And then, like, when it was established, and then, like, the story behind, like, how it got started and where it's currently at.
Yeah, the band was formed in 2019, and it was basically just kind of out of the ashes of my old band, Happy Tuesday. And once that ended, I decided to kind of become a recluse, stay at home, not do anything, and learn how to play the drums. Mm-hmm. And I just started recording all these songs by myself, and it started with like 26 songs. I whittled that down to about 14, and I during COVID I just kind of put the album out, and I did everything on it. I mixed it, mastered it, engineered it, everything.
Oh wow.
And then because of COVID, like, I couldn't really do anything with it, so I started putting feelers out, finding different people, and then by 2022 we finally started playing shows, and we had our first show right around the time we released our second record, which was Disturbing the Neighbors. It came out in 2022, and slowly but surely, people come in, they come out, and I found Kim in the local scene about a year ago. She was playing with another band, and we started playing shows together, and then the bass player at the time wasn't working out, so I reached out to her. I was just, hey, I hear you're in between bands right now. How about you come in and see if you like it? And she came in, and we clicked, and everything fell together there. And then more recently, our drummer, we had for about 2 years, he had to leave because he had family priorities and couldn't really do anything. So Chris and I actually used to work together. And just randomly, I was just like, hey man, I remember you said you want to play, you knew how to play the drums, so I'm looking for a drummer. You in? And kind of fell into place there.
And at first, I didn't even know how serious I was about it. It kind of just, I was like, oh, I might as well try it.
So you just did you just play the drums just for fun?
Yeah, I used to play drums back in like middle school and high school, and I hadn't done it in a minute. So whenever he was asking me about it, I was like, like
a band drummer?
No,
just for fun.
in my garage,
at home.
listening to music. Yeah,
I gotcha. Yeah, I was going to the VA, and they were like offering this class, and they were like drummers, and I thought it was like that it was like actually like full set.
Yeah.
And then I realized no, it was like them like doing like bongos and stuff, and I was like, no, I'm good. I do bongos, like, so I didn't want to learn that, but Let me see. Okay, and so the band gets together and stuff. Geez, bugs everywhere.
Oh yeah.
We are outside, so if you are listening, we are outside at the Aloha. So the Aloha Backyard. We're actually in the backyard. There's like bees and stuff back here, and flies, and all sorts of crap.
Yeah, it's just how we do it back here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's ever been to a show here, but it's pretty fun. Like they do some pretty wild stuff out here in the grass and stuff. There was like a girl with like fire and stuff one show. Like it was pretty awesome. So, so you were saying that you produced and you did everything for the first album. So, whenever you had to put it online. And it was like during COVID, as you were saying. So, how, like, what did you go through a particular distributor? Like, how did you publish? And all that.
I went through a DistroKid.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good to know because people need to know that.
There's so many different avenues you can go. You can go either CD Baby, DistroKid, TuneCore. If you want to self produce and just get it out there for people to listen to, like those are the great avenues to go through.
Right, because they just make sure that you get paid and all your royalties from ASCAP and all that.
Basically, just sets everything up for you. So it's the perfect way to do it if you don't really know what the hell you're doing. Like
right.
Me.
Right. Well, no, that's why I say to explain that because I always have all these people always asking like, how do you publish and how do you get your music out there? Once you've like recorded it, and then all these people are like, oh, well, you need a studio to master. And I was like, well, master's just the main final recording. It's not like there's nothing real fancy about a master unless you have somebody that's really good at mixing and they're like working out every little kink.
Exactly. And actually, our mastering, I went through a website called emastered.com, where you pay like $14 a month. And it's basically AI generated mastering.
Oh wow, that's
so
cool.
You have your reference tracks you can upload, and it'll master everything for you.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was a great privilege.
Yeah, because I mean, like people don't fully understand what mastering is, because like it's just getting it ready for like the internet, radio, all those different things, so that the file actually just works, and then that file can be re-downloaded, reset, streamed, all that kind of stuff. Because a lot of times files lose their power, lose their
and then different
fall apart.
Different websites have different headspaces that you need to go through. So like Spotify has its own type, and then there's other places that have their own type, and that's why you hear different levels, even though it's the same mastering.
Yep. And that's something that I learned over at ACM. I didn't know that until I was going through classes and recording classes and understanding that there was a reason, and then did you put all your music on all platforms, or did you just focus on certain ones?
I put it on all platforms, but my primary focus was trying to get the Spotify numbers up, but this seems to be the ones people pay attention to the most. Yeah. But, there's also, the Apple Music and the iTunes and all that kind of stuff.
Let me put that on Do Not Disturb. That will get rid of that little sound. I'll have to take that out. I know, like, the funny thing about Spotify that a lot of end users don't know, because, I mean, it is a good interface, but it's like the lowest paying one.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like 0.00.
Like
I don't even know where it's at
of
now.
Pennies.
It's like 0.00035 or something like that right now. And the one that pays the best is what is it? I know Amazon Music paid pretty well, but it was one of the Tidal pays pretty well. Yeah. But that one's also artist owned, so that's a big difference. And so I mean, a lot of people don't understand that these bands really do not get paid. That's why when you're at shows, you should buy merch, you should buy CDs,
Absolutely.
You should buy all this stuff for them. Because Spotify and all these platforms, they take their cut, and after they take their cut. And then also, if you don't do the publishing stuff like what he did, then like what happens is they will let your money sit there if you just upload it to Spotify and each platform individually and just get the song. They'll let you upload the song there without a copyright. But if you don't, the problem is that when you do that, they will take your money and they will let people listen to it, and they will take every little dime that you make, and they're already screwing artists out of what, $1,000, like was it 1,000 plays, first 1,000 plays,
yeah,
a month,
absolutely,
yeah, and so like they're what they're doing is they're taking that money, and they're saying, oh, we got to process the servers and stuff, but in truth, they're taking that money and they're transferring it over to other big record labels and bigger artists, and so they're ending up with the money, and it's a way to kind of work, like basically build the whole industry off the backs of local music. And so that's kind of why local music is extremely important, because like if normal people aren't supporting local music, there won't be no big bands in the future. So
Absolutely.
I mean, so yeah. So after the band got together and stuff, and you guys started playing shows, what all venues and like different places have you guys played, and what places do you enjoy playing? And
well, we played here quite a bit. Every time we play here, there usually something happens. Like, it's kind of a funny little cursed venue for us. Like, we've been rained out here. We've had our certain band members just quit, like Dave's show. So we were like, okay, let's figure it out.
They rage quit, or like
no, just like, hey man, I'm out. I was like, but we have a show.
Oh, before the show.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I like we always talked on the show about the people that would like rage quit during the show.
Luckily,
and that's wild to watch.
I've never had to deal with that. It's usually just kind of behind the scenes, and it's usually just kind of circumstances. Nobody's ever just been like, screw it, I'm out.
Yeah.
But
I have seen a whole entire band one time. I don't know if you've ever seen Caught Stealing or The Killings, but those guys, they said that they never plan before they don't promote shows. They were like, we just show up and play. We get told to play what venue, and we just show up. We tell the venues this before they book us, where they're like, we don't promote, we don't do this, we don't do that, we just show up. And so if you're not promoting, you're not doing that, it ain't my fault. The other band should be promoting too, you know. And it's because they do it for fun.
Right.
And they were saying that like they had a night, and it was at the Blue Note, and they played. They started to play, and then they realized that they had drank so much before they got up on stage that there was no way that they were going to be able to do the show.
Oh,
so they were like, bell, bell, bell to each other on the mics, and then they were like, yep, and then they just walked off stage, and everybody in the entire room was like, what the fuck just happened? And then they're like, the next band will be up in about 20 minutes.
Oh man.
So everybody was giving it, and everybody's friends with these guys.
Yeah, one way to make a statement.
Yeah, and everybody's friends with these guys, so they were like giving them shit the whole night about the fact that they just walked off stage, and they were like, "Dude, we weren't ready, man. We weren't in the headspace for it." Like, and so I forget if it was the Killings or Caught Stealing that did that, but it was one of Dustin's bands, and the guy Dustin, this drummer. Let me see. So you played here.
We
what else in the city?
just had a show at the White Rabbit, that new place by the farmers market.
How was that?
That was a great night. Like really good turnout. We played with the New Lithium.
Okay.
And Weighted World, who are buddies.
Weighted World's really good.
They are just absolutely phenomenal. They're one of my favorite local bands.
Super cool guys too.
Yeah. I met them at the venue. I don't know if you guys ever booked a show there yet.
We haven't played there, but
it's like a non-drinking one. But it's pretty cool. They have like a back room that has like a stage.
Yeah.
So.
We played. We do a lot of shows up in Tulsa at Badass Renee's.
Okay.
That place was just phenomenal. And
what's her name that works there? The bartender. She's really cool. Does a lot of shows and stuff. Goes to a lot of things. She's kind of metalhead looking chick. I don't know. Covered tattoos, stuff like that. She was really cool.
That girl, I think her name is Kat.
Yeah, she does fire.
Yeah,
she's the one that did the fire stuff here. Like, does all this wildfire shit.
And then we've been hitting the road too. So we had a little tour back in March where we went up to the Pacific Northwest. We played like Seattle, Oregon, Idaho. We did another tour this time last year where we did like San Marcos, Texas, Dallas, Missouri. There's a lot of different places. Like
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
So, can you talk more about like how it was on the road? Like anything
Oh,
wild
man,
happened
that's-
while you guys were doing these shows, or?
Well, if you ask him, we almost died 3 times. I swear it was maybe twice.
Maybe twice. Were
Maybe.
you driving?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like a tour bus or like van or like.
No, yeah, we do it in my minivan
Okay.
with no heat, one windshield wiper.
It's as good as it
I
gets.
swear the only people that own minivans is like
It's us and soccer moms, yeah.
soccer moms and bands, because like I mean, like my buddy Christoph, he has a minivan, and like
Oh,
it's
dude,
like-
I know Christoph. Yeah. Mhm.
so they all have minivans, like
But yeah, we did it in my minivan. Drove from here all the way up to Washington State, and the inside of the windshield froze over in New Mexico, and we had to pull over the side of the road in like 20 degrees and just like huddle on top of each other and just sleep in the van until it warmed up. And and the ice melted.
yeah. I don't think people know that it gets really cold there.
Yeah,
like parts of New Mexico.
Absolutely.
They have mountains.
And it's
snowboarding
gorgeous
and-
out there too.
Oh yeah.
The
yeah.
scenery is just amazing.
Yeah, I lived in Colorado, so like I used to go up to the mountains all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Stare at freaking snowboarding and all that kind of stuff. I freaking love Colorado.
Yeah, it's great.
Can't stand the city, but like as much. But I love Colorado. But yeah, do you want to play one of these songs?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. Another Scar. And I can time that out. All right. All right. There, I got my bearing. Holy shit. Okay. Camera went off. All right. Let's go over this the song and like your kind of where you draw inspiration. How do you write, and then like how do you write your instrumentals and everything?
Well, apparently I tend to write music backwards. I'm a lyrics first guy, so I figure out what I want to say, and I just kind of start with my first line, go all the way down until the lyrics are finished, and then I'll just try to fit my music to it.
Okay.
And that way I have a basic idea as far as melody and all that, but there's room to kind of play around within the music to give it its feel. So like that particular song has been around since I was probably about 16, and I'm just turned 38. So
okay.
like,
I'm 39.
It's
so
it has a very long life and very long evolution, where it started out in different tunings. It started out in more of a rhythm track, and then it kind of evolved into what it is now. And just over time, like different things just kind of pop up here and there, and it just until it finally feels right. And all my inspiration is usually just kind of like personal stuff of just what's going on in my head and personal experiences and all that kind of stuff. So like that song is it's in no like artistic way of saying, like it's a song about like learning to like the taste of shit, you know? Like bad shit happens, you can either just deal with it and get on with your life, or you can kind of just like just
wallow
like yourself,
wallow in the shit like you're a fucking pig.
Like there's only two ways to kind of deal with it. So
right.
like that's it's just place another scar. So here are my scars. Now I can move on with my life. And it's just one of those kind of things, and it's like it's one of my favorites to play. Like it always had that kind of like big time feel to it, like musically, where it builds, and like the bass track came out amazing. Like Kim did a really great job on that song, and we just we always it's just one of those songs that's just always in the set. Like you can't take it out. And luckily we got it to radio, and it got some good radio play, and like it's basically our marquee song right now.
Nice. Yeah, and so during the break, we were kind of going back and forth about like during the song playing and stuff. You said that the first album, obviously, what we were talking about before, was that you did all of the everything on it, and you recorded everything on it, and then you put it out.
Yeah.
Then on the second album, which we just listened to a song from, The Another Scar. You wrote everything, you did everything in the music and everything, but then Kim and then your previous drummer,
yes,
were on the recording. So like they were the ones playing the instruments on that album.
And yeah, they do a fantastic job. Our previous drummer, his name is Freddie Cavazos, and he was just a phenomenal drummer and very new to being in a band, but he just he picked up so quickly, and his effort is just not overstated. He did a great job, and luckily we got to just kind of do it.
Where's that coming from?
I think it's coming from the stage.
Oh. Well, I guess we got background music now on this episode. That's fun. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, like we got to
tell me your life story.
Do it. Yeah, we got to do it in a room, and because the way I record, it's a very old school kind of setup, to where we have an electric drum set. And I have this Tascam DP24 board, so it's 24 tracks. We just plug it right into the board, and we play it live until it sounds right. So sounds like a band in a room because it is a band in the room.
Yeah.
And we just play until everybody has a good feeling. We don't have to worry about click tracks and isolation and any of that. We just, like, you hear us figuring the song out, and it has a more organic vibe to it that way. So it's using the new school technology in an old school kind of way.
Okay.
And I love that approach to it, because everybody has a chance to contribute, everybody has a chance to be creative, and where, you know, I present the song as a template, and then it's their job to kind of give it their sense of authorship and be creative within the spaces and just kind of let their talent shine.
I'm gonna have to try to pull your voice out of the. Hold on. Let me pause this real quick. All right. The joys of doing things like is that we got offered to do it out here at Aloha, but then they have their normal stuff that they set up whenever the bar opens. So that was a speaker out of the bar. So then you were saying that there's that you guys are going to be producing a new album,
yes.
and then you signed with the label.
Yes, we just signed with Slip Check Records, and they're going to be reissuing our first 2 albums. Hopefully soon. We'll have more details within the next couple weeks as far as release dates and all that. But yeah, they're going to take our first 2 albums and they're going to put it out through their label. And then we're actually currently recording a 3rd that will hopefully be out sometime next year.
Okay, nice. Yeah, how was the contract with them? Was it pretty reasonable?
So far, it's been pretty reasonable. It's a non-exclusive deal.
Okay.
And yeah, we keep all ownership of the material. We just it's basically a co-op situation to where I put in a little bit, they put in a little bit, and we kind of pool everything together. Okay. And that's our promotional
So it's not your typical big record label deal nowadays. Exactly. I know a lot of labels are going to these more like we're working together, not you work for us type deals.
Exactly.
Because I mean, a lot of those 360 deals and stuff that you hear about, like they're very the label takes almost all the money.
They're very
50% basically is what they take, and
it's not just albums anymore. They'll take merchandise.
Yeah, merchandise. Everything you own, and then your manager, because I mean that's what I'm going into is artist management, and your manager, because of the work that they do for you, they take like 15 to 20% is the average market standard.
Yeah,
so you look at that.
We have a manager as well, and we're basically doing a retainer, so we just pay him a monthly fee, and he helps us book our tours.
And that's actually what I was going to do with bands, because I'm like that's a little like I'll come in, help you out with your paperwork, do your stuff for you, but like just let you kind of learn how to manage it yourself.
The more it always helps to have a team, because there's only so many hours in the day.
John, how do you die? I got a fucking stuff out. Sorry.
But yeah, there's only so many hours in the day, and you can only do it yourself and get so far. So you do need a team behind you. Just social media alone is basically a full-time job.
Yep.
And
that job was added to the list. Like I don't know if you've ever read How to Make It in the Music Business. Ari wrote that. This guy Ari, he actually was a student out here, I guess, and then he went into the industry and was like big in the industry now. But he wrote this book, and in it they have like a bubble, and it's like a circle, and it has manager, and then it has like photographer, social media manager, artist manager, like all this stuff, and it's booker, agents, this, and this, and you're looking at all this stuff, all these jobs in the music industry, and it's like, okay, so where like everybody fits somewhere in that, but it's like, but a lot of bands will say, well, I can do it myself, and they don't need it, and it's like, but then they'll play local for 20 years, and it's like, well, yeah, you're going to always be a local band if you're not willing to work with individuals that are actually trying to build your career, you know, and so that's kind of what those jobs are based on. Is an artist manager, a good one, will come in and actually like look at all those different things and be able to connect you with all those people, you
Absolutely.
know,
but at the same time, it's a sea of sharks, and you kind of have to swim through swim through the shit to find like the gold. Like it's a lot. So I've been burned plenty, but at the same time, like, they keep your expectations low and know that there's a lot of work to do on the back end, and you will, as long as you're willing to put in the work, there's something out there to reach for. But you can't just put your career in the hands of people and just like, do this for me. You gotta keep up, you gotta do a lot of your own legwork. But if you have a team that is willing to help and does the job you pay them to do, you can get there. And we've come leaps and bounds as a band that's only been playing live shows for a little over 2 years. Like, we've had 2 national tours. We've put out 2 albums. We signed with a independent label that's been around since 2010, and we're growing exponentially, but at the same time it's been a lot of work, and we still have day jobs and still just have to like work within paying the bills while keeping the drive alive and making sure that everything just goes to where we're trying to reach.
Right. All right. Well, we'll go over like what you guys got coming up. We'll play another song, and then I'll do my donational segment, and then we'll go into like the like what tours and stuff that you have coming up. So let me see. Blissful Armageddon is the name of this one. All right. One thing I want to do before we go into the last part of the episode is I want to do a shout out to my buddy Will. Will has actually donated about $30 to $40, I think. So far, I'd have to look at the current numbers on Cash App. But this dude, he donates to like every episode. He's like one of the only people that keeping me like actually financially being able to pay for everything that goes into the show. So I just want to do a great thank to him. The Local Earshot podcast, I run on the value for value system. That's time, talent, and treasure. So basically what that means is that whenever people listen to the episode and they take their time out of their day to listen to the episode, I definitely value that. And I know that, there's millions of podcasts out there and they could be choosing to listen to anything out there, but they chose to listen to my show, which I greatly appreciate. As for talent, if you're an artist and you want to be on the show, then you can reach out to me at john@thelocalearshot.com or on my social media pages, Instagram and Facebook are the main ones. Usually Facebook's the best way to get a hold of me because that stuff's on my phone all the time and I get notified right away on the business part of the apps. So yeah, just reach out to me and just say you want to be on the show, and then we can schedule a date. I can send you my calendar and we can just set out a date. As for treasure, if you want to donate to the show, you can go over to localearshot.com and there's a tab that says donate. If you click on that, you can donate right now. I think the site is actually, I'm moving it all over to one site for More Bands Media, so it might be down right now. I know it was still forwarding the last time I checked, but it might be forwarding to the new address by now. So I might need to make a donation page, but definitely you can reach out to me on social medias if you want to donate. I can send you the links to all my donational stuff, or even my link tree that has all the links for that stuff. But yeah, all right. And then as for your upcoming tours, what are your guys' plans as a band to go forward?
Yeah, we got a couple dates in the North Carolina area, November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We're going to be in Wilmington, we're going to be in Myrtle Beach, and
Slipping me too.
That's crazy. But we're going to be in one more town that I will get in a lot of trouble for can't remembering right now. But
yeah, playing that last song you played.
All right, well, let me see. I'm just going to close this one out, and we'll fix some stuff in post. I feel so bad because I don't know how much we lost on this interview because, like, we had recordings all the way up to a certain point, and then I guess it stopped recording after I hit the record button again. So I don't know how much it got on the recorder. And then we had a speaker playing music, and so that kind of interfered with the interview.
I am so looking forward to seeing how this one turns out.
Yeah, like I said, I greatly apologize for that. And I mean, and here's the thing that, like, this is why I've been talking to a few friends where it's like the reason why I'm trying to get a studio and the reason why I'm trying to get another individual to come work with me again is because if I'm going to be doing the hosting, then I need someone to be on the back end to like watch my stuff to make sure that I'm actually like recording and doing all these steps again, because I'm literally trying to manage the mixer and the cameras and everything myself, and it's like and sometimes I miss something and mistakes happen.
As somebody who wears a lot of similar hats, I totally feel your pain.
Yeah,
it's a lot to deal with, and yeah,
it happens though. But I think we got the majority of the conversation, and we reiterated. I mean, honestly, you explained it a lot better the first time. That's why I kind of feel bad, because it's like if they could have actually heard like how in detail you went. Then,
you know, but
what? You
come
know what?
To a show,
it's fine. Yeah, come to the show, ask any question.
Yeah,
he'll tell you a story about anything involved in the band.
Yeah, I love talking about myself. It's great.
He don't stop sometimes.
All right, Abandoned Alien. Thank you for being on. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
And thank you everybody for listening. And I will see you all on the next episode. Thank you.